Hey everybody, this is Jenny, Miss West Coast US International here, and I'm going to be kicking off the first episode of my digital podcast series, SheCanSTEMpire, with my own personal STEM journey. So if you feel like STEM isn't meant for you, or you don't feel confident in STEM, or you're not sure what you want to do with STEM, then please stick around. This episode is for you. When I tell you that I am a scientist, your first impression of me may be to think that I was naturally very smart in math and science, two of the biggest pillars of STEM. That was actually the furthest thing from the truth. Growing up, I was so bad at math. I failed pre-algebra when I was in 7th grade, and I had to retake it twice. And by the time high school came around and we had to start thinking about what we wanted to do, I really started to think about how I wanted to make an impact in my society. This naturally led me to go into STEM. But I didn't really know what I wanted to do with STEM yet. I just knew that I had to be in STEM. And when I reached out to adults around me, they all encouraged me to go in the medical route, go become a doctor, a nurse, a pharmacist. But I felt like this wasn't really exactly what I wanted to do, but I still took their advice anyways and came into college on the pre-pharmacy track. But before you go into college, everyone has to take a math placement exam. This will determine your math level because you need to take pre-calculus in order to take your biology and chemistry classes. Because I was so bad at math, I failed my math placement exam and I ended up in remedial math. So that meant that I had to start taking math classes for 1 year before I could take my biology and chemistry courses for my major. My academic advisors told me to switch out of STEM and go into a different major so that I can graduate within 4 years or on time with all of my peers. On top of that, we have these things called learning communities. So depending on your math placement and being in STEM, they are aware that it's very difficult to stay in STEM. So they have these learning communities that if you, let's say, all place into pre-calculus together, you'll have the same pre-calculus teacher and then you'll go on to take the same biology course and chemistry course. So you'll all have the same schedule on top of additional tutoring sessions specifically for this cohort. So it was really easy to make friends, study together, and stay motivated in STEM. I didn't qualify for that because I placed into remedial math. So coming in, I was already behind everyone, and it was going to be a lot more difficult for me to make friends in this major. But despite everything, a part of me still knew that I was supposed to be in this field, and at this time I had no idea what I was going to do. At the time I thought I was going to be a pharmacist, and I was like, well, I want to stay here, so despite everybody, I'm going to bet on myself and my work ethic and give myself a chance to see where I could go with STEM. I remember spending my years in college taking advantage of every single opportunity I could find. I was in the library every day, I was attending extra tutoring sessions, and I was looking out for mentors that have been in my shoes before. Coming into my junior year, I was able to catch up with everyone and was on set to graduate after 4 years now. So this was great news, and I think I took this kind of as a sigh of relief, and I started looking for a part-time job. And the opportunity that came my way was to be a student assistant in a research lab. I remember when I stepped into the lab for the very first time, it felt like everything that I worked hard for led me to this moment. I remember standing in this lab, realizing that I wanted to use research to make an impact in my community. It just made so much sense what you could do with biomedical research. Now I knew what I wanted to do, and I dropped on pre-pharmacy track and went into the graduate school pathway because I knew I had to get a master's degree to work in biotech. After 4 years, I am very proud to say that I graduated with my degree in biochemistry. I got a minor in applied statistics, and I got my master's in pharmaceutical sciences, where I work as a scientist in biotech today, and I love what I do. I develop diagnostic kits for organ transplant patients to find their organ match. People who need to get transplants use our kits to determine who their match is. I know high school Jenny would be so proud to see the impact that I'm currently making today. My biggest lesson in all of this is STEM is not reserved for people who are just naturally talented. If you have the commitment, the hard work, the drive, and the dedication, you're meant to be in this field as well. I am a living example of this. Once I decided I wanted to be in STEM, Despite my current circumstances of being bad at math, not having a support system, not even really knowing what I wanted to do with STEM, I still stuck with it. And now I get to make that impact that high school Jenny was looking for. Now I want to be that anchor or that light for you to make it through STEM if you feel like you don't have the support that you're looking for or that you feel like you're not supposed to be here. Just know that I have been in your shoes before. If you like this episode, please like and comment below your favorite part. And in the next few episodes, I will be bringing on more women in STEM and leadership to share their own journeys. I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Bye.